Hello, and welcome to the first episode of AdmiralFlip's Fictitious review. The entire point of this show is for me to rant and rave about my absolute favourite and least favourite fictitious characters of fan fiction, and that basically anything made up, which is what fiction is. This episode, I'm going to discuss Indiana Jones. Now, I'm going to give you a little background, because some of you are slow and some of you have had deprived childhoods where you don't know what an Indiana Jones is and you think it's some sort of new thing like an iPhone or whatever you use. Indiana Jones is the main character in The Raiders of the Lost Ark, Temple of Doom, The Last Crusade, and The Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. Now, true Indiana Jones fans don't count Crystal Skull as a film, although I still count it because I like it. But he's got this hat and a whip, so that will help you point him out. He's also, in the frickin' name of the film. Old Indy is played by every nerd's favourite actor, Harrison Ford. Harrison Ford is famous for more Star Wars and Blade Runner. So he's actually more of a sci-fi person, but he did Indiana Jones. Now I'm going to cover the problems that I have with him. He's alright. He's not a bad bloke, but he is actually a bit of a knob. He has this obsession with going after shiny things. He's like, oh, this is shiny, I'll go over there and get it. And he has also this habit of getting into trouble with Nazis and Arabs and communists. It's probably why he's so popular in the United States, because, they can relate. And he always gets into this trouble. But the stupid thing is when he gets into this trouble, he doesn't know when to shut up. And he basically just gives them all this attitude, and he's somewhat like a teenager. Except Indiana Jones, he was 36 when he started, so he can't really get away with all this teenager crap. It amazes me. Another issue with Indiana Jones is his name. Indiana's not his name. His name is actually Henry. And Henry Jones, it sort of sounds like a secret agent, so I can, let him get away with it, like, Jones, Henry Jones, you see what I mean? Whereas, I'm Henry Jones, the adventurer. It doesn't sound right, so yeah, fair enough. But his dog's name is Indiana, which is why his name is Indiana. See, if I went, oh, I need to come up with my YouTube name, I need a nickname badly, and I chose my old dog's name, my name will be Lulu. So, I'm not having that. The last issue with Indiana Jones, really, oh no, actually no, I've got more than, no. He has like this thing where he can't pick good sidekicks and companions, right? He always has a woman who decides to get into bother. She's basically whoever, if the woman in Indiana Jones, if there is a woman in it, she's basically Daphne from Scooby-Doo. He also, his sidekicks, he has his own dad as a sidekick, that's just stupid, a little Asian boy who no one liked, and a greaser from the 1950s, played by the dude from Transformers. What the fuck's going on there? But this is the actual final problem. He has this fear of snakes, right? If you were an adventurer, and you're going through tropical lands, going all over the world, travelling for shiny objects, how could you have a fear of snakes? It's not like he's even like, oh no, a snake. He's like, oh my god, it's a snake, I'm shitting myself, help me, get rid of the snake, get rid of it now, help. And it's just like, what? It's like a crippling issue that it comes up in every single film, so oh, he's afraid of snakes, and that's like the biggest thing with him. Of course, he has his good stuff. Let's go with the first thing that makes him a fucking badass, is he has this hat. Now, he wears a fedora. It's a good choice, I suppose, but in the wild, top hats and fedoras don't get on, so... But I'm letting him off because he has other things that make him awesome. And the thing with his hat is he never leaves it behind, which is the second best thing in filmmaking ever. The first being when Leonardo DiCaprio dies at the end of Titanic, because it's fucking hilarious. And in Crystal Skull, the whiny bitch from Transformers, he picks up the hat right at the end, and Indy he just takes it off him. And the thing is they should have edited it and have Indiana Jones just come up to the boy and go, you know what? No, fuck off. Pimp slap the fucker. The guy falls on the floor. He takes his hat back, kicks him to the curb, and Indiana Jones moves on with his life. Indiana Jones also has a whip, which is his weapon of choice. Now, for all of you S&M freaks, those movies must have been bliss. So, every time that whip cracked, like, right, every masochist watching jizzed up the back of the cinema chair in the movie theatre, right? It's Indy we blame for those cinema floors being sticky, because at those prices no one will spill their Dr. Pepper on the floor. It's too expensive. It's all jizz. It's all jizz because people are watching Indiana Jones crack a whip because it's freaking sexy. And then in Raiders of the Lost Ark, which is the first Indiana Jones film, there's this scene that just proves his badassery. There's like this part where an assassin comes up and he has these two swords and he just does this awesome, all these flips and stuff, and he looks awesome doing it, and it's freaking awesome. And it's really cool to watch. And then Indiana Jones, he just goes, pulls out his pistol and shoots the fucker. The guy falls to the floor because, you know, he's just been shot. As you do when you've been shot, you just fall. That's it. Your life's over. Now, not only did this prove that Indiana Jones is a badass, it also proved Harrison Ford himself is a badass. See, the truth is, the day that scene was shot, Harrison Ford had the runs, and this is not a joke, this is true. He was actually supposed to have a sword fight with the assassin. It was scripted, innit, because I've read it. Instead, Ford, he improvised, because he was like, I really need to take a shit. So he pulls out his pistol, shoots at him. All the people in the crowd that are going to watch Indiana Jones fight this assassin react as if to go, oh, that's not what's supposed to happen. He pulled out a gun. The assassin reacts in shock and reacts perfectly, improvised, falls to the floor, and it's just this amazing scene. And then Spielberg cut it. Harrison Ford takes a shit, as you do, and then they put it in the film because it was awesome, and they just edited it and put the sound in and all that bollocks. I reckon that's really good in films. So now we're just going to do the ranks for Indy. Issues I have, I'm going to give him a -4 out of -10. He does annoy me, as I said at the beginning, so he's losing 4 points. Badassery, with an exclamation point, I'm giving him 8 out of 10. 3 of those points are because he has a respect for hats. Teamwork, he works well with anyone, no matter how annoying, even if it's a little Asian boy or Sean Connery, so he gets an instant 10 out of 10 for that. And fighting skills, he always wins fights, so that'll put him at 10. But because he's the main character and the hero, I'm giving him -3 because he sort of has to. So that's 7 out of 10. So in total, that gives Indiana Jones 21, which I can't do on my hands because I don't have enough fingers or enough toes to add to that. That's the best we've had so far in the entire season, which is obviously really good. I hope you've enjoyed watching. So please comment, and if there's any requests for Fictitious review, will you please leave them in the comment section under here. Right, thank you guys, I'll be back next week.